Hey, it's Dan. Welcome back to iAllegedly. And I've got a good one for you today because we have experienced over 7,500 flight delays and massive amounts of cancellations on airline flights. And you haven't seen anything yet. I am in Las Vegas, Nevada for the SEMA car show. So please hit the like button, subscribe to this channel. And I love getting out in Vegas early when there's nobody out here. It's funny, the only people out here are the people running right now. But I'm at the area right next to the Flamingo, outside of Old Red and Bottled Blonde, by the Horseshoe, and walking over to Paris. But this is wild, okay? I was going to fly out here for this event, and I just had a vibe that there was going to be continued problems with the flights. And my nephew's an air traffic controller here in Vegas. And think about this, the air traffic controllers are working without pay right now. TSA agents are working without pay. Well, my nephew makes a really good living. So I know that he can go a month or 2 or 3 or 5 without getting paid. But the TSA agents, those are not people that are making a good living right now. And you're seeing massive delays. Now, here is the thing. I changed, how I got out here, rented a car, came out here. And as I'm talking to people, when I got out here, one guy at LAX had a 3.5 hour delay. And that's crazy, man. That's just nuts when you think about that through TSA. Well, what happens? Do people know that they're supposed to be at the airport 3.5 hours early? Who does that? I hate sitting in an airport. That's why I fly JSX most of the time. But with that being said, see all these people running this early in the morning? Isn't that crazy? What are you doing? So I'm right outside the Bellagio fountains that are completely blocked right now, which sucks unless you're in the hotel looking down because of the Formula One race in 3 weeks, and everybody's getting ready for that. So Houston International Airport, over 3 hour delays. And then they advertise the 3 hour delay. I'm telling you guys, this is not working out. You've got the election in New York, and you're having a mass exodus of people that are already saying, listen, we're leaving New York City. You're going to see Wall Street get moved to some place like Texas. It's not going to be in New York City if this guy wins. This guy's going to win. This guy's going to win. And later on in this video, I'll tell you a great story of talk to a bunch of young people that are in their 20s and how fossils like me, we shouldn't be running the country anymore. So anyways, let's see this. Isn't this wild, guys? Vegas is dead. Okay, I'm telling you this right now. The vibe is off. Talking to the cashiers that pay out jackpots, we're not getting as many. It's just kind of slow right now. It's the time of the year. That's nonsense, guys. The last thing you want is there to be a problem with jackpots, with people not getting paid. So you're seeing that. But look at this, guys. Nobody here. Now you can sit there and say, oh yeah, it's early in the morning. That's it. It's just the vibe is off. But these flight delays, huge problem, guys. Huge problem. I don't care where you're going. If you're traveling right now, sorry about that. But if you're traveling right now and you're out going to any place, especially outside of the country, it is just an absolute mess. And this is not going to get resolved anytime soon. You're seeing a massive problem with Alexa's got a new awning. Isn't that nice? So, but you guys can see, actively working on everything for the Formula One. Houston International Airport, 3.5 hour delays at TSA. LAX, same thing. Just too much. What are you supposed to do? What do you get there a day before your flight to make it? It's crazy. There's the Aria, there's the Cosmopolitan, right across the street from the Bellagio. But one thing in an industry that's really suffering right now is healthcare, believe it or not. A lot of healthcare companies are not getting reimbursed. The key, when I was in the medical space, the key to a medical device company was to get reimbursement. You want the insurance companies to be able to pay for what your product or service is. And the advantage to that is that it's it's a license to print money basically, because you're going to be able to go out and you're going to sell a product that they're going to push down the patient's throat, and you're going to be able to sell it and make tons of money. Glutality Medical, Glutality Global Medical, excuse me, they just went down for the count. And what you're seeing is 19 bankruptcies so far in 2025 for major medical companies. So that's wild, guys. It's wild. They're concerned about losing the Affordable Care Act money in 2026, and that's not coming back, guys, right now. So with that, you're going to see other industries that are going to be affected. But I don't know a person right now that doesn't tell me how much their healthcare cost is. They all tell me how expensive everything is, and it's nuts because it's so much money right now. It's too much money to pay for your health insurance. I sat down last night with a bunch of people in their 20s. There was 5 of them, and they all do what I do. They're all influencers of different types, okay? Different products. But man, oh man, oh man, are they sick of politicians my age and older? They want Nancy Pelosi gone. They want to see the president retire. They want to see young people run this country. And they feel that this Mamdani guy is the key. And I'm like, you guys understand, you can't give away everything for free. You just can't. You can't have a world where, you promise Coke in the drinking fountain and free health care and free bus rides. And they said, no, this guy's out there talking to people. These people would rather have a line of BS than they would the truth. And I'm like, oh, this is not going to work. Well, they, have Nancy Pelosi leave and take her stock portfolio with her because she doesn't represent the Democrat Party anymore. And I'm like, wow, that's crazy. But this guy's gonna win. This guy's gonna win. And the problem that you're gonna see is, him threatening the president and you're gonna give us the money. Doesn't matter, guys. I mean, you're gonna be able to, you can promise anything, and if it's just not gonna happen. I want to pay each of my employees $1 million a year. Ooh, I want to work with Dan. Okay, we just don't have the money. I don't know how we're going to swing this, but that's what I want to do. Okay, that's great. Dan's got $1 million deal for everybody. It's like stupid, okay? So look at all these people running, okay? So out here running first thing in the morning. Are you running first thing in the morning? Now, one of these people last night told me to look up the Wells Fargo lawsuit and the Wells Fargo settlement. I'm like, oh, did they overcharge people? No. They had fake interviews and brought minority candidates in and interviewed them for jobs that didn't exist and got caught doing this. I'm like, really? Well, yeah, to the tune, guys, of $85 million. And think about this. You bring a candidate, we've all done a job interview, and you sit there and you know how nervous you are, and you're making sure you're putting your best foot forward. Imagine that, and there's no job. That would be insane. It would be, talking about criminality. So they settled that, and that's what happened with Wells Fargo right now. So unbelievable that they did this. So great place to work right now. How about this? Walmart is so freaked out about their getting good managers that with the incentives and with the pay and with store, if you have store incentives and stores did certain things, you met financial goals, a manager at a Walmart, and I'm not making this up because the story's below, can make as much as $620,000 a year. I want to work at Walmart. Hey, Dan's a greeter now at Walmart? Yeah, crazy. This is the CVS that's right next to the Paris Hotel. This place is packed every night. Lines, it's just crazy how busy this place is. So everything's doing, everything's challenging right now. But you could work at Walmart and make $600,000 a year. That's wild. McDonald's has just announced that they're going to start rounding off purchases. This is another reason not to eat at McDonald's. Do you know that there's a penny shortage, and if you use cash, they're just going to round up your purchase? No, give me my change. It's ridiculous that they're doing this. But again, another reason not to shop at McDonald's and not to buy that horrible food. Kurt wrote me and had a great story, and that was he got laid off when his wife was 8 months pregnant. And Dan, it was horrible. But one thing that Kurt has done is Kurt plays the piano. So Kurt has gone out and made somewhat of a living, he said, for, about 75% to half off what he normally makes, playing the piano at retirement homes. He says, wow, there's no recession for retirement homes right now, which is nice. And I get it. I'm telling you, if you get laid off and you just stay at home and you watch, reruns of Jerry Springer and TV, it's going to be a miserable life. So bravo to Kurt, but this is going someplace. Kurt had lunch with a friend, and they're hiring an SEO expert at his friend's company. And for one job, SEO expert, 200 people applied already. It's maddening. So you're not the only one experiencing these, problems with your job. And thank you, Kurt, for sending me that. I really appreciate stories like that. Look at all these people running, man. So the SEMA car show is fantastic. It's got parts. It's got all these different vehicles. One thing that's cool about driving here is when I went to Barstow and stopped and got a drink, there was just tons of trailers loaded with really cool cars. This is the other side of Bottle Blonde and the Old Red. One final story, and I just want to remind you guys of a few things. Always join our email list. Please check out newvideos.com. The link is below. We're going to be going live there very soon. We're going to start posting a lot more news and videos on there. And you guys should sign up for the site. And don't forget our private channel, iAllegedly Live. And we do all the uncensored content, and there's going to be a ton right now from that. Now, there's a great story to end this video. And did you know that one man is responsible for inventing a product that we've probably all eaten, and that is a frozen burrito? A man named Dave Roberts in the 50s found a way to take a burrito, freeze it, and mass produce it and sell it. Isn't that wild? Well, the one thing that he did, now he made a killing doing this, but one thing that he regrets is he never patented it. And he ran a company called Butcher Boy, and Butcher Boy was the frozen burrito king for a long time. Sold it in early 80s, and he lived to 88 years old. So God love that guy. But think about this. Think about other products that could have been patented. That guy could have patented the frozen burrito. Think about if he would have made a penny on every frozen burrito sold in the history of mankind since 1951 or whenever he invented that. He'd have a jillion dollars. But there's other people. The person that invented texting never patented texting. Think about this. If we had to pay for text, remember in the old days when you had to, you're allowed 200 texts a month. That guy, if he would have had a penny a text, oh my God. I mean, how many texts did you send yesterday? So let me know, guys. So Dwayne Roberts, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. And I cannot wait to show you all the stuff from this show. There's a lot to talk about right now. But again, make changes, guys. Flight delays, 7,500 flight delays. Isn't that enough? I mean, what do you need? People are missing their flights. It's crazy. Hit the like button, subscribe, email me hello@iallegedly.com, and I'll see you soon.